And this is why it's so important to pay attention to the details. So back on July 13th of 2020, TMZ as well as other news outlets have posted a story about your girl Megan Thee Stallion, how she was in the Hollywood Hills with Tory Lanez. The original story went as follows. Some sort of argument happened outside of a pool party. Now please listen closely to these details. Remember, this was like July 13th, okay? They're in Hollywood Hills, California. Some sort of argument happens outside of a pool party. Then at some point, some people were arguing inside of an SUV. Someone had allegedly fired shots in the air. And then the vehicle ended up taking off. The cops were called and they ended up locating the vehicle. When the cops found them, Tory Lanez, Megan Thee Stallion, as well as another woman were in the SUV. Now, it started getting really confusing because TMZ said this in the original article. We're told Megan got a cut on her foot, believed to be from broken glass on the floor of the vehicle. And when cops searched it, they found a gun. Our sources say Lanez was taken to jail and booked for carrying a concealed weapon in a vehicle, a felony. They did not say how the glass was allegedly broken, so it's like, how did the glass end up on the floor for her to allegedly cut her foot on it? You see what I'm saying? That was very confusing for me. Okay, so that was the first story. TMZ posted 2 more stories, so 3 total. The other 2 stories were posted today, July 15th of 2020. And the first one from today and the second one in this saga, in this story, they said that basically Megan and Tory were swarmed by cops, including a helicopter. Here's what they said in the second story. The police got a call about 5 shots being fired with a description of the SUV that Tory Lanez was riding in. In video footage that TMZ obtained that they posted in the article, they handcuffed Megan Thee Stallion along with Tory Lanez and the other woman. And remember, Megan Thee Stallion ended up getting injured, so why was she being handcuffed? And like TMZ said in the second article, Tory Lanez was the only one that was arrested that night. And TMZ said the following in their third story. They updated their story at 12:07 p.m. Pacific Time, 3:07 p.m. Eastern Time. The LAPD tells TMZ Megan never told them she was the victim of a crime. The spokesperson said, quote, at the time Megan Thee Stallion was with police, she did not report that she was the victim of any crime. And the LAPD has not received any additional information at this time. And the title of this article was Megan Thee Stallion, I was shot in the foot, LAPD. Megan didn't say she was a victim. So it's just really confusing. Like, wait a second. Did she cut her foot on glass? Was she shot in the foot? Who the heck put that false news story out there that had originally claimed that she just simply cut her foot on glass, and we don't really know how it got broken because the original article didn't say how it got broken. Megan Thee Stallion, about 2 hours or so ago on Instagram, said the following. The narrative that is being reported about Sunday's morning events are inaccurate, and I'd like to set the record straight. On Sunday morning, I suffered gunshot wounds as a result of a crime that was committed against me and done with the intention to physically harm me. I was never arrested. The police officers drove me to the hospital where I underwent surgery to remove the bullets. I'm incredibly grateful to be alive and that I'm expected to make a full recovery, but it was important to me to clarify the details about this traumatic night. I'm currently focused on my recovery so I can return back to my life and back to making music as soon as possible. I was never arrested. The whole experience was an eye-opener and a blessing in disguise. I hate that it took this experience for me to learn how to protect my energy. Some people were blaming J Prince. Megan Thee Stallion's name and J Prince's name were trending today, July 15th of 2020. Megan was trending #1 and J Prince was trending, I think, #5. But the point is this, though, guys. I just really didn't understand what in the world happened. And it looks like Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez were in some sort of an incident where somebody was basically like, okay, we're going to get Megan Thee Stallion, but why? Does it have anything to do with Carl Crawford and J Prince and the record deal? Or is this something completely different? Was it something spontaneous? You see what I'm saying? Also, who shot Meg is trending on Twitter as well. But who's responsible for this? Was it just some random person that was at the party? Is it somebody that was outside? Was it somebody that's driving down the street? Did they get into an argument with somebody? Like a road rage sort of incident? Like, how did all of this transpire? Because everything is just so very, very vague. It's like as if it's so purposely vague. Like people went out of their way to make sure that the full truth did not get out there about the situation. I don't know, maybe because it's, you know, there's a current investigation, or, you know, there could be multiple reasons why we don't really know or understand, or why things seem confusing. want to be confused. I just want to know like what happens, and in that way I can report the news and give my opinion and whatnot. But Jesus Christ, I feel like I'm watching a mystery show, like this is Agatha Christie or Masterpiece Theater on PBS or something. You know what I mean? Like I'm over here trying to put the pieces of the puzzle together and trying to figure it out for myself. I'm like, well, I have a clue here, I have an inkling there. You know what I mean? Like I just want to know what happened, so then that way it will all make sense to me. Because initially I was confused, and then as more information comes out about it, I just keep being more and more confused. So thanks TMZ for writing 3 articles, and y'all got some of the information wrong, which makes sense because when you put out breaking news, you know, sometimes you have to go back and correct information. So I understand to some degree and everything. And shout out to TMZ for trying to get the information out there. I say that you're trying to bring light to it and whatnot, and inform her fans and people like me who, you know, I don't know if you guys consider me to be quote unquote media. Maybe I'm just social media, but you know what I mean? People who are reporters, people who are commentators and whatnot. Wow. Listen, here's the thing. As far as my nickname, Megan the Clout Chaser, I'm retiring the nickname for right now. I'm not going to be calling Megan that name unless I have to call her that name, because, you know, she's recovering and everything. You know, my prayers are with her. So I'm just going to be careful what I say about her right now, because, you know, she's going through enough. She might pop up and see one of my videos, you know, so I wouldn't want to hear, rather, I wouldn't want her to hear me, you know, cracking too many jokes and whatnot. And excuse me for seeming like I was laughing while I was reading some of this stuff. It's just, that was me like exhaling, because I don't feel at ease about all of it. It's confusing, and not only is it confusing me, it's also bothering me, because, you know, people were saying that Jay Prince was allegedly, possibly, maybe involved. I'm not saying that, but that's what people on social media kept saying. You know, some people were saying, you know, that Jay Prince and Carl Crawford were basically threatening, intimidating, or whatever Megan at some point on social media. That's why people are thinking that maybe he has something to do with it. Since I don't have concrete proof of that, you're not going to hear that come from me at all whatsoever. Because if that's not the truth, then, you know, like it's not fair for me to say something like that. So you're not going to hear that from me. If other people want to say that, they want to blame him, you know, that's on them, you know, from a legal standpoint, from a moralistic standpoint, from an integral standpoint. If that's what they want to do, hey, I want nothing to do with that. And not, you know, out of fear, like, oh, Jay Prince might say or do da 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 da. No. The reason why is because this is a very serious situation. I want to make sure I put as much accurate information out there as possible. That's why I started explaining to you guys what TMZ said at the beginning of this video, because I wanted to let people know that there was misinformation about the story originally. Click the thumbs up button, thumbs up, subscribe, choose all notifications. Make sure you post a comment below, even if you're just saying hi, to let me know you listen all the way to the end of this video. The secret password to say in the comment section is Footloose. Yes, Footloose, just like the movie, because, well, I should have said Harlem Nights, because she allegedly got shot in the foot. But Footloose is the password to say in the comment section. Let me know you listen all the way to the end. Now, it sounded like they were trying to knock her foot loose. But do y'all think Tory accidentally discharged? Or do you think that the other side hit her in the foot? Because if she was in the SUV, but then again, you know, it's not like the movies, you know. Bullets do go through car doors, for the record, if you didn't know that. But anyways, I gotta go, y'all. MAGA.